Cartoon Network. Now, I grew up with that has been with some of my favorite shows of all time, some amazing animated shows, and I still watch to this very day. Well, like recently, I'm actually looking back on Adventures of Billy and Mandy for a video I'll be doing on that show at some point. And that's next really. And even then, I've been watching a lot more again recently with some new shows like with Gumball and Cricket Creek. I'm actually starting to enjoy the show again. But then, but do you remember the time where Cartoon Network decided to go live action? Yeah, there was a time and a period where Cartoon Network decided to go live action. And I forgot the last song, but I used to watch a lot of live action stuff for some reason. So I figured, hey, why not do a video on it? I know it's weird to do a video, but I think it'd be a fun video where I actually rank all the live action shows that appear on Cartoon Network. And just what this definitely is a weird list to rank, saying that most of the shows aren't really that good, honestly, but I thought it'd be fun to discuss them. I thought it would be fun to discuss these shows and look back at a weird time from Cartoon Network. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to hit the like and subscribe button if you want to see more content like this, and I would love to know how down all these shows down comments down below. I am Sarah One World of Sam Sessions, and here is my ranking of all 10 live action Cartoon Network shows. Now, coming in at number 10, dead last. This was honestly a no contest attempt, which was actually the actual West Bank. Again, something that's just not being that good, and that is the High Obtuse Adventures of Annoying Orange. I have no fucking idea what they would think is either a TV show of the Annoying Orange was going to be a good idea. Like, do you want to say why the show's terrible? I mean, the animation's terrible, the jokes are terrible, again, it's annoying, it's frustrating, it's just hard to watch. I can do anything why the show's blonde at their last. Coming in at number 9, we got Bobby Says. I know the last couple of episodes being quick on it, but there's really not much I can really say about this show, honestly. It's just a weird clip show about this weird kid, and it's probably the show I probably watched the least. I don't think I always see a lot of commercials on the show when it was first airing. And I'm glad it's not much I can say about it. It's probably the most forgettable show on this list. It's probably the most forgettable Cartoon Network show ever. There's really not much. I don't remember any of them. Even looking at some clips for the show, I don't really remember any about me. It only lasted 6 episodes, so yeah, not much I can really say about it. Now, number 8, we get to a show I actually do remember, and that is Brain Rush. Another show that also lasts, I think, around 6 episodes. And why was this show again? This kind of game show about this random guy who just sits next to a guy in a roller coaster, and they basically answer questions while on the roller coaster. First round they answer just random stuff, and the second one's following a story, and then the one they choose different topics to win a lot of money and all that. It's like, I mean, it was definitely an interesting concept. Like, it's an interesting concept. I will give that. It was an interesting concept. I will give them that. But 2 things. 1, it's a show that really doesn't belong on Cartoon Network, like, at all. And 2, it's just kind of boring. Like, I have no idea why I was really into this show when it was airing. Again, like I said before, this is a show that only lasts freaking 6 episodes for all freaking sake. So it's a show that's trying to stay, honestly. Like, it's definitely not an offensive show by any means. It's just kind of a boring show. It's real honestly. I mean, the host was fine, I guess, but again, not much I can say about Brain Rush. Now, coming in at number 7, we have Tower Prep. Now, I'm sure you must wonder, what is Tower Prep? Good question, because everybody seems to remember this show. Again, no show that only lasts 1 freaking season. It does have more episodes than the previous shows I mentioned, but it's a show that, again, like the Bobby says, it's a show I vaguely remember watching, honestly. I vaguely remember watching, honestly. Looking back on it, Yeah, I mean, again, another show that has a very interesting concept. It does have some interesting ideas to it. And the other thing is fine, I guess, but yeah, another show there really isn't much I can truly say about it. Now coming in at number 6, we have Out of Jimmy's Head. You guys know this is a show basically that's actually kind of based off a live action movie called Reanimated, in which you see this kind of Jimmy basically getting into a train accident and he ends up get a new brain for some reason. And he basically ends and the brain of a famous animator, and he ends up managing all these cartoon characters, and he ends up talking to them. He's the only one that can see them. Just interesting. Just at the edge of concept, the movie really isn't actually that bad, honestly. The show, I mean, it isn't that bad, but the show that I wonder why I was like this. Get pictures. The show that named Jimmy has a lot of character. That's the question of this girl. It's mom of the astronaut. Her sister is an alien. No, I'm not joking. Actually, sister's an alien. And the show isn't that bad, honestly. It definitely has its fun moments. You can tell everyone's actually trying with the rules, but just I think that the comedy characters and all that, it just kind of falls flat, honestly. It's just not really a memorable show, and not really a fun show to watch. It does have fun episodes, but it's a show that I wonder why I was really into. I mean, you also got the typical crazy science guy who wants that brain, who ends up wanting to get that brain. Like, those are very stereotypical with a lot of the characters, especially the cartoon characters, which they can't get a big brain at times. So, yeah, there really is not much I can honestly say about this show. I mean, it's not bad, but it's definitely not good either. Speaking of not bad but not good either, at number 5 we have Dude, What Will Happen? Now, some people may actually be surprised with this being number 5, but again, just because number 5 doesn't mean it's a good show, because it really isn't. And that's you can tell. So you can tell a lot of the quality of these live action shows and how this experiment pretty much failed. If you can really tell. Basically, do what happened based about these three seemingly cool guys. This kind of basically is the Cartoon Network version of Jackass. It's pretty much Jackass. They just pull the crazy and wild and insane stunts and they try to see boy retires. Hey dude, what would happen if I could do this? What would happen if I would do this? Or then what happened if you can put this on this or see this with that? It's like it's basically again it's pretty much Jackass, but for Cartoon Network. And something definitely can go to the lowest common denominator at times, and it's really a lot that they can do. I mean, the only reason the parents because you can tell the three guys are having a time in their lives while they're doing this. They seem like really cool guys that do have good chemistry with each other. And I like their views sometimes that are actually pretty cool. But overall, again, it's kind of just a scaled down version of Jackass, and there's not really a whole lot memorable about it. Again, not bad, but not good either. That's really the best way I can wrap this show. Now, these things tougher shows or shows I can say I actually do enjoy one way or another. And next two episodes I want to say are really great, but they're still fun enough. And the other shows I can actually say I can happy to come back to. So coming number 4, we have Level Up. And again, another show that I definitely didn't watch too much like some of the shows on this list. But then I still do. But like those shows I mentioned, it's definitely I still do remember seeing commercials about and still seeing how successful it was in. It's fine. It's again another one that's a rather interesting concept, and it just has a good character moments. It does have some great acting here at least. It is very well shot in some areas, but it's definitely not exactly a show that's really groundbreaking. It's definitely not a show that just like pulls a punch or just oh my god, it's gonna like surprise you. It's just there. I mean, it's good. It's lots of fun moments. The effects can be pretty terrible at times, though. Like, this is because I know what I'm about, but terrible's gonna be pretty laughable, honestly, at times. But again, the definitely is a lot of fun. Again, it does have a few other shows. It does have an interesting concept, but there really isn't much I can say. It's fine. And you can tell pretty much saying there's not much I can really say about it. It's pretty much why I mostly say about the Cartoon Network shows, but that's pretty much what I can say about some of these, honestly. And pretty sure you guys would feel them honestly if you've seen these shows. Now coming in number 3, we have Incredible Crew. It's decent enough, honestly. I know a lot of people really hate the show, but it's not that bad. Again, it's pretty much this is pretty much like an adult in Cartoon Network version of all that, so your typical sketch show. like, he was gonna have a live action sketch show where they have these little fun commercials and all that and all that. Basically, they do a lot of fun skits. They have a lot of songs. They have these like one song in every episode, which the first one was actually not first episode was actually not that bad, honestly. And you can really tell that the people involved in the show were having time in their lives with doing it. But it's really one of the shows that I think the more episodes it reached, the worst and the biggest lowest comment that you reached. It's one of the shows that really just gets worse the more it goes along. And for a while, I thought it was actually pretty decent, but it kind of just showed that it was like, okay, not bad, and then it just boom. I mean, the show I was still called decent, and you can tell the actors that do the hand time no lies while doing there some fun sketches and some fun moments. But this definitely is not all that. This definitely isn't, again, top tier sketch show by any stretch of imagination. Now, for these next top tier shows, I can say are actually pretty good, actually. But before I do get to my top tier on this list, again, feel free to hit the like and subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. And I would truly love to know what are your thoughts on these shows down in the comments down below. If you have seen any of these shows, let me know how would you rank them. Let me know what your thoughts on all these shows. I would love to know down in the comments down below. Okay? Okay, well, coming in at number 222, we have The Outsiders, which is pretty much a Cartoon Network teen version of Ghost Hunters. It's basically looking at, say, supernatural and mysterious stuff. And some of them basically discuss whether or not they believe it's real or not. That's pretty much the premise, but actually, again, a different show I wasn't really watched a whole lot, but I definitely did, and that's a pretty fun show, actually. I looked at some clips, it's like, it's actually not that bad, actually. Actually, it's actually a pretty fun and hilarious show, and then a lot of it thanks to the chemistry between all the people involved, and you can tell everyone's actually really serious and interested about what they're looking at, what they're doing. It's actually a pretty interesting show, and actually a pretty fun and great show. Definitely it's a book show by any means, though. I mean, you can tell sometimes the budget is pretty limited in some areas and all that. But overall, for what it is, The Outsiders is a pretty good and great show, a fun show to watch, and someone who's isn't really much into these type of shows, honestly. Not just me, though. It's definitely a fun watch. If you're into some stuff, I would give The Outsiders a watch. And for me, coming in at number 1, I'm not sure a lot of people are going to agree on this choice, but my number 1 we have Destroy, Build, Destroy. That's how. Destroy, Build, Destroy. Basically, the show where basically 2 teams of 3 basically competing, basically Andrew comes in destroys something, and then they're having to build it and everything, and so you see how it succeeds and everything, and the winner gets a lot of money or bragging rights, and the loser has to having their invention pretty much obliterated. And also the title of the show is pretty much what you get. And I remember having a blast with this show and looking at some episodes. This is a show I probably should not enjoy as much as I do, but I think one of the reasons is that the host, which is Andrew WK, who I'm pretty sure most of y'all know who he is at this point, but he's definitely a famous musician. He's a pretty talented, by the way. And he is honestly what makes this show as good as it is. Like, if it wasn't for him, this show probably would be low on this list, but it's really his energy and charm and charisma that would really make this show and a lot of stuff that you would say, how you interact with the people involved and the sets and everything. Like, he is basically what makes this show so much fun to watch. I mean, some of the adventures are definitely fun to destroy and to rebuild, and sometimes it's definitely quite inventive. It's overall, it felt a lot of fun and energy to it that just, you can't help but smile when you watch it, and that's been a challenge at least. I mean, it's I wouldn't put still on my all-time favorite Cartoon Network shows, honestly. That's just me, though. But if show if it was on, I wouldn't mind watching it. And for me, that's why it belongs at number 1. So guys, hope you enjoy me having fun time ranking all of the live-action Cartoon Network shows. Let me know in the comments section down below, what are your thoughts on this list? Let me know what you thought of all these shows that I talked about. And let me know if they want to see do more Cartoon Network content. I think I might do like a reduction of my best and worst Cartoon Network shows. Let me know down in the comment section below. I am Samuel Wolf from Samuel Productions. I will see you next time, as always. Very cool, everybody. Peace.